Bak Jega and bakjiwon were two great Shidduch philosophers. Bakjiwon was the teacher, Bak Jega was the disciple, but though they had the same last name, they weren't related. Bakjiwon was a Panam Pakshi, and Bak Jega was a more common Miryang Pakshi. Both Bakjiwon and Bak Jega were part of the Shidduch movement. They're two of the four great scholars. Yeolhailgi was first, then Bakjiwon, then Bak Jega, and the last was, maybe the most famous, was Jeolhailgi. These are famous Shidduch philosophers. One thing that Bak Jega and Bakjiwon had in common was they traveled to China, and they were greatly inspired by what they saw in China. The idea of byuk. Byuk's a very interesting idea for Bak Jega. Usually byuk is a common word that means wall, but there's another byuk Chinese character that has the radical on the frame of it that means disease or illness. In this case, it's a compulsion. It means a habit. It often means a bad habit, or what we would call today OCD. But Bak Jega had a very interesting way to deal with habit. He said that byuk, habit, can knock down byuk, the wall. And if you have a difficult thing you're trying to overcome, like pass an exam or in modern days to do well in school, the habit can overcome the obstacle. Habit of good study will help you to break through the wall. Another wall might be, in modern terms, a marathon. Nobody can run a marathon. 26 miles, impossible, forget it, you can't do it. That's a byuk, it's a wall. But through the byuk, the compulsive habit of training, you can work up your miles and eventually run a marathon. So he was very big on the idea of byuk as a positive idea. All of these great scholars wrote a wide variety of things. They were all poets. If you're a scholar, you have to write poetry. Everything that they wrote was in Chinese characters. Even some of the critical things they wrote about what was wrong with society was written in Chinese characters, not in the popular Hangul, but in Chinese characters. So they were trying to change the attitudes of the elite, who were the leaders of society. Specifically, he wrote about farm methods. He wrote about military. One of his famous books is on military equipment and how to use the various kinds of things in the military. All Shidduch philosophers had a wide range of interests, some bordering on science, some truly scientific, and philosophical, social criticism, a wide variety of things. Poetry were the things that the Shidduch scholars wrote. Yeah.
Here's what I wrote in 2015. It says, byuk, the idea that really inspired Bak Jega, which Professor Mark Peterson just explained. And the story of byuk continues.